Alright. Thank you, Boardman Sensei, for leading our exercises board moves this morning, and I appreciate Brian Sensei for being our host and starting the breathing exercises. Always good stuff. So everybody stand up. Let's start with smacking myself. This is where I can get into some digressions, so I won't have. But we'll just start with Uno. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoulder G. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the other side, right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Yeah, we'll skip a few, but we'll go to 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And try out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And take on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, very good. So let's start. We're going to start today, Shonuchi. I kind of want to go into a mini deep dive on Shonuchi, Kokunage, Rintobi Koki. It's a basic technique. When I started, I was told it was a 20-year technique. I think somebody lied to me. 20 years, it's nice, but not enough. Because the more you do it, the more you see the subtleties and the different approaches. So let's just start at the basics. The attack, right? So it's important that we say that. True. Yeah, okay. So the attack, Shonuchi, we need to make sure all of our attacks have a certain intent. Now, we moderate these attacks depending on who we're working with, right? But the intent is, for Shonuchi, is I don't want to. I'm just going to boom. Good line. No, but when you do Shonuchi, right, your intent is to strike him here in the middle of his head and cut him all the way through. Stem to stern, so to speak, right? So I come up and down. Now, that's not to say that the only thing I need to do is get to here, right? So it's not a windmill kind of thing, right? You're lifting. When I say lifting, I mean it in the sense of the windshaw pull. That's what I'm going to call it now, right? You're extending, I feel, and this is my interpretation, with apologies to windshaw sensei. but it's extending, right? Like you're raising a sword. It's the common thing. So up, and you're not just going up, right? You notice my hips are moving, right? So as I'm moving my hips forward, this is coming up, right? Coming up, and it's coming up along the center line, right? So as uke, I come up, and I step in, you cut, right? If we're in IHOP, right? It's like, I'm gonna eat that, right? So right, like this, right? So then, if I want to strike it, I'm gonna strike it with this hand, right? And come up, down. So either way is okay. Our usual way to do it here in Shinbudo Kai is to start with Yaku Hami and take the set hand, right? Either way is okay, as long as it's this hand that's cut, right? If I were to cut with this hand, all he has to do is lift his arm up and I'm toast, right? He can go straight to my face. I can't do it. So that's why we always go to this side, because he lifts his arm up. He still has to use it, right? So, as everybody stand up and find a partner. All right. So what I want you to do is with your partner, practice this just for a couple minutes, because it's so important. You get this right? To be a good okay, well, you don't even do that. You're just a dummy. so get a partner, try that. So now I got a good okay. He's going to be focused on striking me here, right? Boom, right? Boom. He's going to cut me all the way through. So what is my response, right? He comes, go, ah, right? So this is the wrong way, right? This is what we call the wrong way, right? So my response to his attack is similar to his attack. When he raises, ideally I start to raise, right? So it's raising the sword. He raises, I raise, right? So it's up, right? And notice when I raise, I'm not just going this way, right? It comes from here, right? It's coming from here, it's extending out from here, right? This is extension. Pull it, if you will, if you want, right? You don't have to go, boom, right? So he's coming for my center point. And I'm going to step, right? So notice there's already some deflection here, right? This is called kazushi, right? I'm taking his balance away, his center, right? So he comes in, like, come in here. I don't like go out here. I actually get, when I do it, my preference is to come in real close above the elbows, right? So as he does it here, and I can do this, and he just walk away, right? I don't need to do anything. I've deflected, deflected, and I've gotten out of the way. Try the other side. Right? So here, and I'm gone. Why should I do anything? He's behind me. I'm off over here. He has to turn around, whatever. So if you do nothing else from the Shogunuchi, do that. You don't have to do Kokunai, you don't have to do an EQ or an EQ or whatever. It's good to practice, but you know, if he's going to attack you, and you just don't want to engage with him, you just say, I'll take all the friends, whatever. So try that piece there, okay? Everybody stand up, get a partner, and try it. So I see a lot of people are still thinking, that you got this idea in your head that I'm going to do a technique. I'm going to do something. I'm going to throw in, right? Well, maybe you are, maybe you're not, okay? It's unimportant as long as you're away, right? It doesn't matter. So people are hurrying through these things. Like, so I see common mistakes. It's like, hit him in the head with your elbow. Is that good? Yeah, that's right. The common mistake. So if you do it wrong, dead or right, like elbows and everything. You know, or people are Like, okay, now what do I do, right? No, you just walk, okay? This is what I would recommend on the street if somebody attacks you with a beer bottle or something right over the head, right? One of those things. This is what I recommend, is just to walk away if you can. If you get behind them and you're around the corner before they understand what they turn around, right? And then if they come at you again the same way, then yeah, maybe you do something, right? But you don't have to engage, right? Everybody wants, we practice here as engaging the enemy, right? He is attacking me, I must do something to him. Yeah, you don't have to, right? You don't have to. But you might want to. So, in this case, when he comes in, I've come here. Now I have a choice to keep walking. That's the choice I wanted you to have. Because you've always had that choice to just disengage and keep going. But I'm thinking he's maybe gonna go after somebody else. So when he does this, I'm turning him a little bit like this as he comes in. So I have my center line. He has his center line. My center line's gonna win every time because I'm coming up under here, right? And then I'm turning, right? So there's different ways we can do this. But so don't get in a hurry, right? Everybody gets in a hurry. If I'm walking at this speed, right, I'm going to turn at this speed, right? Because that speed he's coming at, I'm not going to accelerate him, I'm not going to decelerate him, I'm just going to go with it, right? So here, now, okay? Don't even throw out the throw, right? This is your arms without me, right? Up, boom, down. There are a lot of different ways that you can do this. So I'm just going to teach the relaxed way that I like. So he comes in here, okay? So don't think about throwing just yet. Just go around, be soft. I know, it's coming from me, but I'm saying. I knew, there's some people that. Anyways, let's go ahead and practice that. I'm a new partner. So, what's next? Okay. She comes in, I've got this point, I can one way. That's a very good point, right? Another one, well, I'll just go say, right? I didn't even touch, right? Either way, I'm behind her, I'm away from her, it's done until the next one, right? So, this time we were doing here, right? Now sometimes, if you got a really good down, she goes down, and you're done. So that's another exit point. It doesn't look real graceful, it's not great demonstrations, whatever, but when you go down, and you can walk away. Okay? So the main thing from all techniques is that you're able to walk away. So there are different points where you can disengage and walk away if you're in the right frame of mind. So, but for now, let's do here, up. Now, this is coming up, not under her chin, not across her body, right? Well, there are variations, but today, for this, basically, this is coming up. This hand is important, right? So I have it at her neck, the optional. We won't get that. No, we'll just do flat. Okay, here at the neck. So notice she's at my shoulder. So it all comes from here, right? You got to turn. So it's not, people are like struggling like this, but really you're turning, you're extending, and this is dropping. So you've got like this big wheel that you're turning over, right? So here, right? This comes up, right? This is not meant to do anything other than to give her that sense of up, down, that seesaw thing, right? So this affects, she can see this. Down, right? So, one more time. Sometimes she goes all the way down. I can say, throw them away. Okay, let's try that. Do the full Kokinage. Okay, so Shonuchito Kokinage, you can do like we were doing, right? Here, and make a big circle, and down. And, you know, they don't fall on their face, right? But you can also do the same stuff. So here, I can actually do boom. Oh, I can do a bounce, right? I can do short, right? So there's a lot of variation in these things. So we won't really get into that. I would be digressing for another 3 hours. So for now, we're going to do a Zempo Nage. Now, if you're not comfortable with rolling, that's okay. The important part of Zempo Nage is here. Notice that whenever somebody attacks your shonuchi, right? The rule of thumb is the arm that comes up matches the foot that's forward, right? So I would never go like this, right? I always go like this. This is important. Now, you can walk forward, right? Like we were doing. So this is walking. Or you can walk to the side, right? Here. You don't go, right? And then, but this one, I'm going to step back, and she's going to keep cutting, right? So the important thing is to let her cut down, right? Now, I'm not sure where the best place here, right? So as she comes down, she's naturally going to want to get up. As she gets up, I don't let her get up quite in the same place. I stretch out, right? Here. So this part is, people think, oh, I'm going to grab, and I'm going to push, right? Which is, you know, common mistake. What I like to do is down as she gets up. Here. And we can just walk forward. Right? I'm extending out. So use the other side. Right? Here, down, up. And I can just walk. Right? To do the Zempo, right? It's down, stretch out, drop. Okay? Zempo Nage. I'll try to say. Many people see Zempo Nage and they think, oh, I'm pushing the elbow, doing something weird. You're not pushing the elbow. You're pulling the elbow. You're pulling yourself. You're extending, right? You're coming out. You're taking that slack out, right? You tip her over the front and just go back. Boom. So you take it out and you drop. It's like a waterfall. It's not like, and I'm trying to push it. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but that's not what I'm doing today. I'm going to be down. So note my feet. Here, step back, here, and here, right? It's a little bit of sayuko or rear push, right? So down, here, down. Okay? If you don't want to roll, if you're somebody who doesn't want to roll, right? It's down, up, and then just down. Don't force them to roll. All right. Let's should we do this like lines? 3 lines. All right. Some people have certain expectations of me. I'm thinking, well, maybe I should just do, this is Yonkyo kind of thing, right? But yeah, it's not really Yonkyo. You get to see the softer side of Chaney, which is, you know.
It exists.
It exists, yes. Okay, so he attacks. I'm going to step in like I did before, but not so deep, right? And there's a lot of things you can do here. You know, I don't have to say, you can do the Kodigaish and all that. I'm just going to do, right, so here, this comes down on top, and the back of my hand on the back of his hand, and here, and down, right? So, in the interest of time, we're just going to do that part. So he's going to strike down here. So the important thing is what you got here. You're not behind him. You're right here. This comes on top. And you adjust your feet. This foot is forward, right? This hand is here. So it's this here, here. So he's coming down. This hand comes around. My palm on the back of his hand. My palm still on the back of his hand, but his hand is turned over like this. Right? There are different ways to do it. If you're working with somebody especially tall, here, 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 you can come from underneath and go down. That's one of my favorite variations. But you know, look from this side. Down, up. Here is good. We bring it together, right? So that's okay? Okay. Here. Yeah, you know, gotta keep the reputation, right? You can't think their mind out on soft on you. So let's try that. Jonuchi Nicho. Kantate Tori. Right? He's gonna grab you, right? So again, I want to emphasize the your intention as okay, right? So now I'm okay. He offers his hand. Right? What is my intention? I'm grabbing his wrist, right? So, oh, okay, I've got his wrist. Great. Yeah. Well, that's a great attack. You grab my wrist. Wow. Right? So, you know, what am I going to do? Right? You know, I can pull him, I can push him, whatever, right? So let's make it a little less abstract than how I grab his wrist, right? He gives me his wrist, and I go, oh, I'm going to push him, right? So what should his response be? He should probably have a response, but at a minimum, keeps us centered, right? So this is this key training. So he is extending like the arm, right? So he offers it, it'll be palm, right? Okay. So I push, he stays. I pull. I pull, he stays. I push, he stays. I pull, he stays. I push. Right? Maybe he goes away, right? It's only a little bit. Okay. So push. I'm not here to. Yeah. You know, I'm just trying to say, here, push, pull a little bit, right? So let's just do that. Like when you grab him, right? You're not just grabbing him, like, and then he can move his arm around any way he wants. Move your arm, right? So yeah, okay. I grab with intent. So he just wants to move your arm. I'm not going to make it like, you know, I'm a bad guy. I don't want to move his arm, right? So he may be able to, you know, if he paid attention to Winchell Sensei last night and does the school and all that stuff, right? So grab as uke, grab with ki, right? This is ki training, right? This is a part of our ki training, right? As nage, right? He grabs, right? I extend, I pull, if you will, right? I don't think Winchell Sensei would disagree with that, right? So, but I don't just go here and he pushes and I collapse, right? I do this, right? So he pushes and I'm good. Okay, so try that for about 1 minute and then we'll go on to the next thing. Intentional focus, grabbing. Remember, 1 minute. I don't want anybody to get the impression that in Aikido, he grabs me and I'm just going to stand there and, you know, I have to be a rock and I can't move. I've got options. I can move, right? I can walk back. He pushes me. I can push him with my fist, right? So I've got all the options, right? So it's just an exercise for sort of a baseline. Pushes, pulls, right? So I keep my center. And if for some reason I decide I want to walk, pulls, and I walk, pushes, pulls, I can walk. Now, for this exercise, we're just going to go back and forth across the mat. Some of you have probably seen this, right? So he grabs, I'm extending, right? I'm not pushing, I'm here. I'm kind of underneath his arm in this case. I'm just going to walk. And I elbow down. To the mat. And I switch, and then I grab him. His elbow relaxed. Yeah. And then, yeah, right, and walk back this way. Right. Just a little bit of resistance, okay? So here, right? And I don't have to be straight out like this. I can be like this. Come on, my fingers. You're not usual. Resist. Resist. Okay. I can still walk like this. Right? Boom. I can walk like this. And I've got my options. So let's try that. Walk back and forth. Right? Sort of a exercise. So let's go here. Okay. So he grabbed me, right? So we already know he's going to grab me. He has ill intent, right? So before he grabs me, really, I should be doing something like this, or this, right? You're just going to practice static. I'm going to do Katatori Kokinage, Yurimi Urioroshi. Yeah, Yurimi Urioroshi, right? So from here, so don't get the idea that you should start like this. This is just like demonstration, right? So here, I'm going to switch my feet and go down, okay? So here, right? At the same time, I'm not pulling back, right? I'm not trying to push forward. I'm not trying to move my hips forward or backward. My hips are just going to go down. My arm is going to go down, right? So just this, right? So it's here, down. So when he's grabbing, it's down, right? Down. Not here, right? So he lets go. I'm not leaning into him, right? So down, boom, boom, right? And then up, right? Up, down, up, and I start going, boom. So down, up, down. Now, don't. So do's and don'ts, right? Because it's a basic technique, and it looks like something that it's not to most people, right? So this is down. Back of my hand is down. My palm is up, right? It's like I'm doing this. This comes up. Now, it looks like I'm smashing him, right? Really, I'm going over him without regard to him. My body steps behind him, right? And I just go like that. So the throw is not the arm, right? And I know you all know this, as a matter of, I've heard this, it's not the arm. I know it's that way, but you need to realize this, right? You need to realize that it's, you're moving your body in. So, down, up, down. I exaggerate. I should do more natural. Down, up. This hand can have a Timmy. You're not bent over like this. You're not too far over your knee, you're over your toe, right? It's just your natural stance. It should be solid, stable throughout. That goes without saying, right? Down, up, down. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, right. this is good. Okay, so he's coming and boom, down. Don't wait, right? In Aikido, we teach the basic when people are coming and you go down. But really, just don't wait. Get that habit, right? That you're not going static. Even on the hold tight techniques, we say hold tight, but that gives you the impression that it's static. It's never, ever static, right? Never, ever static. You get down. Right? So, sometimes, you know, I can change it, right? So since they were used to do, you know, these, you know, basic down, up, down, right? And then he would just do, right? And he would say, go faster, right? And I'd come and go faster, and he would, you know, straight to the face. Let's not do that today. Let's not do that today. But make sure you got the basic down, and then you can always make it in motion. It's dynamic even though it's hold tight, right? So I always had a problem with the term hold tight, but I understand where it comes from, but we don't want to get our minds in that static position, right? We want to control it as he's coming, when he's coming, even if we are not looking at it, right? He's attacking us. We know it, right? Now I'm saying we, like I'm the king. I have to reserve that for one. So, okay, so let's do Kante Tori this way, right? And I'm going to go this way, right? Or try this way, maybe. People go, right? You got Timmy here. Yeah. So here, so you're doing it hold tight, right? So here, 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 round. Okay. And at every point, you should be doing this extension, right? Here, right? I'm extending. I'm not pushing. It looks like pushing. I'm rotating and pulling here, here. This is unmovable arm all the way through. Make the both arms, right? So, boom, right? So let's do that first one to level set. With the Tatori Shihonage, Ichigi. One of my favorites. I'm sure it's one of yours. Or maybe it's not. Maybe you hate the chores. It's one of my favorites. Where's my guy go? Stubborn cage, right? Right? So, you know, don't fight. I mean, you know, I don't want to fight. You just, if I sense that, and I don't even get to that point where I just sense that that's where it's coming from, right? She doesn't want to do that. All right, well, I'll just do something else with this hand. I'll bring you down here, right? I can come here and just try to fight the rock. All right, and then don't do that. The pin is pretty bad. Okay, so this one here, she's going to resist me, and she doesn't want me to do that. Okay, I'm flexible, right? So this one, you just turn, right? This is not pushing, right? This is not. I think of it kind of a slice, right? It's like that, and you're extending. This is extending. Don't pull this back, because I won't be able to do anything, right? So this is out, this is out. Extend, expand, pull, if you will, that's what you want to say, and just turn it to the other side. And she just goes down, right? It's just that simple. You want to see it again? No? Okay, I'll do it one more time. Here, here, right? So I'm pushing this way, I'm just kind of sliding this way. So note how her elbow comes out. Her elbow comes out, this is still here, so there's rotation this way. When that rotates, this gets dragged down, right? And then she gets in this catty-walker position. So when you turn, you can make a slight foot adjustment here, but don't pull back, right? If you pull back, this is where extension makes all the difference, right? And you can just do them like that. Any questions? Okay. Any questions? Don't go. Yes, sir. Okay. We're going to do Shihonage. And I've done Shihonage. But sometimes I don't feel like Shihonage. I want to reverse. So we got reversals. Here. Back, right? Just a basic hang waza. So here and here, here, and then up. I lost my grip. Hey, no laughing. No laughing. Here, here, arms up in the air. A lot of these kokinages are really great if you keep your arms up in the air and then just, right? And then they fall forward and you're done. Hallelujah style kokinage. Here, you got this. Okay. You got this. I can do that. Or this maybe I don't want to throw it that way. I want to throw it this way. You know. So let's try that. We get a few minutes of that. So here, Shihonage. I showed you, oh, I can do this, right? That's not all. So I want you to like go through and say, oh, Shihonage doesn't work. Oh, I can do this. It's there, right? I can do, what else did we say? Here, whoa, oh, Sancho, right? Okay, you do. Shit, you can just keep going. I would say do that in your average bar fight. It's just kind of fun. It's an exercise to free your mind up, right? Don't get caught up in the technique. Get caught up in the flow. If you got to get caught up in something, it's got to flow from one to the other. Don't think too much about what you got to do next. Just do it. If it falls out and it's a technique, that's great. So just 2 minutes, find a partner, and do it. Roughly, try to get the same level or somebody same or higher, whatever. Yeah. You didn't see it, but there was this big hook that came out of that door, comes out, and pulling me off that way. So, thank you all very much. And thank everybody for supporting us. Thank you very much.
Oh, who knew there was a dental side to Chaney? Who knew?
All right, so just breathing. So get in your proper handwork, footwork, stance. So breathing pattern is going to be diaphragm down through your nose, kind of right into your stomach or into your lower, as big as you can, and then into your ribs. So 2 breaths. So 2, okay? And then the out is just out. I'm not blasting it out, I'm not breathing it out, I'm just letting it out, okay? Got it? Okay. You're gonna do that probably 25 to 30 times. Don't count. I will lose count at about 5. So somewhere in there, I'll get it. I'll say last one. Okay? Then it'll be. And then 10 cuts without breathing. So you breathe out, and then 10 cuts. Okay? And then back down. Got it? So you're holding your breath on the 10 cuts. You're holding it on the out. You can cut as fast as you want. You want to cut efficiently. You want to raise efficiently, right? We have here lifting this because you're going to run out of air. Okay? So it's just a breathing exercise. Okay? We don't all have to cut together. You can cut whatever speed you want to do. We're going to do a few rounds of this, so hopefully it'll warm you up, get things going again a little bit, then we'll warm up. So, breathing in first. So again, the first in breath through your nose, your diaphragm, you don't move. Second breath. Okay, so. One. Okay, got the pattern down? Good. That was good. Never done it actually, I'm watching you. Usually do it turn this way. So now, same thing, next round. This time we're going to get a little motion, so make sure you get a little bit of space. But we're going to cut, same thing. Okay, you can stay in one place. Don't move around too much. And then same thing on the last one. Okay, 10 cuts. Switching sides. When you get to that number 10, go back. Okay? Same pattern, just with the motion this time. Okay? One more time. One. A little harder, right? A little tougher with doing motion on it. Again, this isn't a isn't really a competition, see if you can breathe, hold your breath that long. It's just a warm up, right? Just getting going. I should feel it. So one more round. Same thing. Do just standing this way again. Okay? But yet, we'll say as many cuts as you can. Okay? 15 to 20 this time with your breath held. So we're gonna 30 times and then just go. Go as many times as you can. It doesn't really matter how many, how fast you go or slow. And then as soon as you're out, come back. Okay? Got it? So last round. One. Settle a second. You can move your shoulders a little bit. And stop. Go the other way. Very small. Just the very top. Work it down. A little bit at a time. All the way around. Bigger. And then all the way around. Okay. No sensei never did those, but I think I got those from Wade Ishimoto sensei. You always start class with that. Ikkyo. So just ikkyo no. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each. 1, 2, go. Each. Two. Kurigeish. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sujit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each. 1, 2, go. Rook. Each. 1. Sankyo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each. 1, 2, go. Rook. Each. 1, 2. And take the lead formation, come out. Let's run a little bit if you want. It's not my hat. Okay, Ude Wash. Some of the things I want you to do a little different on the warm-ups. So doing Ude Wash, something Warren Sensei was talking about was flattening your back and doing that little bit of that internal motion to get the direction, to get that motion going. Sometimes that's hard to fine, hard to figure out what that motion is. So one way to do it is to do these big. So come all the way down, touch the mat if you can. So we do wash. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you come up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now same thing with about half that much motion. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you can get that just very subtle, flattening your back, do the third set like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what the motion is because you feel the big. Just try to dial it down until it's very small. So same with Funakogi. Left foot forward, really big. Back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the left foot forward. Make it about half that big. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now same thing. Right motion, very subtle. You're still getting some of that internal flattening your back, getting your center moving. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Other side, big. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Half that big. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now small. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully you still feel it. You're not going so small that you don't feel that motion anymore. So, same idea for Shomanuchi. Give us a big. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Half that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. A subtle. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. The subtleness is in here. Arms are basically doing the same thing, right? Arms are doing the same thing. The subtlety of the motion is kind of in this, your center and how that's working. So big on the right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 and half. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 and small. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where am I? Let's do some twists. Just twisting around. Some of these are kind of Genkido stuff. Some of this is more warm-up stuff. It's more of a warm-up thing. It's good to do twisting. You don't twist a lot more today. And side to side, so left, right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And do 10 cons left. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you do the same? Okay. So now, again, just a little more warm up. Just hang down, stretch a little bit. Back out. If you can put your hands on the mat, you can put your hands on your ankles, you can put your hands on your knees, straighten your knees out. You can do them one at a time, or both. Straighten them out a little bit, and then hang again. See if you can loosen your upper back. Okay. Up. If these are warm-ups, stretches, whatever, do them at what you can do. If you can't do something, then don't. Find something else to do. But from here, you can adjust your feet if you want, but just squat down kind of as low as you can with flat feet. Don't let your heels come up. If your knees don't do this, that's fine. Okay? Just hang down. Up. Lean forward. So, similar to this morning, about 90 degrees on both knees, okay? We'll do the psoas stretch. Your psoas, if you don't know it, connects to your femur, to your lower back. So it's kind of a classic stretch. It's really hard to see, right? So you don't really see doing anything. You're gonna roll your pelvis this way until you feel it inside of your hip, okay? If you really want to find out where your psoas is, ask your massage person. They'll find it. Anybody done that? Yeah? They dig like into your guts. Yeah. So that's where your psoas is. So you want to feel it, and you can reach straight up. Same side as the down knee. Some of those kind of really recommended lower back stretches. Doesn't seem like it. Down, however you can, basically in step, put your elbows down, you push them down. And then look over your left shoulder. Okay, switch sides. 90 degrees on both sides. Get it, see if you can feel it. Adjust a little bit until you can feel that. Again, kind of on the inside of your hip. And then switch up. Come down again. Let go of your right shoulder. Okay, so swing around. Yeah, straight ahead. But if I come up out of a roll, I'm kind of in this position. So I want to, something's not going to work. Okay, and if something doesn't work, like I can feel it right here, in this knee. So I want to make sure everything's going to work around that. So if I do roll up this way, I don't feel it there. I can soften it up everywhere else. Okay. And rolling back and forth. So, right, two, right, two, right, two, three, four. Now right foot forward. Same thing. Sure, everything's working. Feel what feels different. There shouldn't be any warm-ups or any part of it that you're not paying attention to. Okay? This isn't just going through the motions. There's always something going on. If there wasn't, we wouldn't be doing it. And then rolling back. So, one, two, one, two, one, two, three, four. It doesn't matter which side, but make sure you got some space behind you. You can roll back. Just rolling back over, kind of as slow as you can. So that means something like, and then stop. Make sure you're not going to hit anybody, and then reverse it. And do the other side, okay? Go ahead and kind of at your own speed. Slow motion roll back. Relax, try not to over tense it. Back and forth. It's a good one. Again, take it as slow as you can. This, to me, this really kind of trains you to control your midsection, how to use that, and how to use your legs to counterbalance you. If you don't counterbalance with your feet, you flop over, right? But if you can counter it, you can use them all kinds of different ways to control your roll and control where you're going. So it's a good way to kind of learn that. So just back and forth up to standing. Don't worry about slapping. Or you can slap something. So going back. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, something on this. We're just going to look at this real quick. When we come back up, right? We're going to come back up, rolling back onto one knee, kind of in this position. I don't want to get up from here, right? Because as soon as I do, I'm going to crash. So I'm going to square my hips back up, square my feet back up, get my toes up. If you can do this, if people can't do this, that's okay, but it's going to make things difficult. Then I'm going to get up. I like to do it. I'm getting into this now. This hand is going to come up, kind of up my center like I'm running. I'm going to use both legs to stand up. Okay? You guys don't want to be like getting up and trying to use momentum. I want to control that up, especially if your knees bug you. Okay? So get used to coming up without crawling your way back up. Okay? Get centered, get aligned, come back up. Okay, so just doing a few more back and forth up to standing. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's probably good. It's gonna roll and roll back, but I think we're probably good. All right, so go ahead and sit down. Let me see. Let me grab a. Okay. So it's gonna be really boring for the people who are from Durango, but because this is how I usually do stuff. But what I wanted to cover is a little different since I'm kind of the junior instructor. I've only been doing this like 30 some years, so all these guys have a lot more experience than I do. But I wanted to kind of look at some theories, especially because we've been working on knee-on stuff lately. And some different ideas, different theories, and we're going to try to, prove them or see if they work. If you're relatively new, these techniques should be pretty straightforward. I hate to use basic, these aren't basic things, but pretty familiar techniques. Okay? If you're more experienced, then think about them more. Okay? That's the idea. Just thinking of what we're doing, really why we're doing it. That's the question. This is the list of some of the themes that we're going to cover this weekend. Legacy is MIUE Sensei stuff. Okay? So, 2 factors here. One, I'll get into, but one is just we're going to do some of his basic style. Okay? Aikido, we did a bunch of that in the warm-ups. I didn't really call it that. The attack, we'll start with that. Bread and butter, again, it's kind of that straight, the early techniques. Some of these are like new stuff. And then rhythm and timing. Like I addressed that directly, but. All right, so first thing is the attack. These are gonna be cross hands, not the ghost story. That's the ghost story, Kokinage, Tobikomi. Let's just do some first, get going. So basically, the usual ghost story, Kokinage, Tobikomi. First technique on every test, except for Nidon, and you can even do it first on Nidon. Okay, so grab a partner, buzz through that a few times, should be familiar. I think it's important to show it once, go, right? You gotta kind of feel it, and I just want to get a few falling downs in to get us moving, okay? All right, so what's the attack? Cross hand grab. Committed attack, well, there are some good words for the attack. You don't want it being weak, you don't want to overdo it. You generally don't want to do it in a stupid way. And I'll kind of preface that. When we're looking at Nidon stuff, I'd like to put it in kind of this martial framework. And nobody probably knows less about martialness than I do. So I'm just kind of going off of what I think. But one of the things in the attack is I'm not going to do something stupid where she can just punch me in the head, right? This attack to this side doesn't make much sense. I can't get to her and she can get to me, right? So that doesn't make as much sense as an attack. I'm coming in, this hand comes up, I'm dealing with it, but really where I want to go is there. Maybe, worst case scenario, right? Bam. So I've got to control this center line. If I don't, I'm going over here somewhere and she's just going to hit me with her other hand if I'm attacking off her center. As soon as I get this, what I'm trying to move is that. I'm trying to move her center line. Or I'm trying to switch it and get to her center line with the other hand. Okay? That's the martial side. So she actually has to deal with that. So that's a good committed attack. I don't have to do that hard. I don't have to do it fast. But I just don't want to do it dumb. This is a martial framework. Her next move is to knock me out because I'm just standing here holding her hand. Okay? So I want to come in with a little bit of energy and go there. Okay? So she comes in, she's doing that in a smart way. Boom. So now I'm at a disadvantage and she's at the advantage. Okay? So like we were doing before, I'm never static. So as soon as that happens, where does it go for me? I go here. Turn that center back. She's got the center line. I have the center line. Okay? So my first move is usually just there. Just a slight rotation. I'm back on center. And I can go where I need to go. Okay? Make sense? So that's the attack. That attack comes in, my initial move. Make sure I'm not off center. Okay? Bam, bam, bam. Okay? My martial move is right there. Okay? So as we look at that on Kokinage Tobikomi, we're looking at a jiwaza, right? So again, martially, what I'm thinking is, I don't want to think, right? This is a real bad situation. Last thing I want to do is come up here, see this coming and go, I've got 300 techniques, and I don't know which one I want to do. Or I want to do this one, and I go into Nikkyo, and it's the wrong one, right? So I don't want to think about that. I want to do one thing, okay? Again, this is a theory, you can play with it. And we had talked a little bit how Imaizumi Sensei, Toei Sensei starts with Kokinage. A lot of the Aikikai start with Nikkyo. Either works. It doesn't really matter. You can run this theory off of either one. But right now, I'm going to say Kokinage. So we come. Okay, let's do one more round. Same thing. Boom. First move is going to be opening that up. I'm coming in straight. I was telling somebody this morning, if I can annihilate him, then I'm probably in the right place for Kokinage. If the Atemi is there, I'm probably in the right place. Okay, grab a partner, focus a little more on that. One of the things, again, kind of this martial idea is I want to make it simple. And one of the things I want to do is he grabs here, I'm going to turn a little bit, right? So he doesn't have the center line. If he's not attacking the center line, it's not really an attack. Okay? So here, I'm going to start this turn, and I'm going to come in there. The motion, the hip motion is first. Typically, a lot of the time, you move your feet last. Okay, that's kind of important in this one because as he comes in, he's coming in slowly to go, and I go here. I'm now committed to this side, right? What if I need to go to that side, right? I've just chosen a direction to go. I've chosen it, and that may not be the best option, okay? So as this comes in, I'm going here first. Maybe he's crashing this way, right? And if I step forward, I'm gonna crash right into him, okay? So getting this, so where would you go from there, right? Here, it's coming on my center line, he's crashing in slightly this way. I open this up, he's going this way. I'm just gonna watch, right? He's falling right into it. That's what I'm looking for. Here, so Uke's doing a little bit of different thing. If you're working with somebody pretty new, then take this slow and don't worry too much about how their ukemi is. If you know what you're doing, then give them a little something by falling this way. So if they start in, I'm gonna go there. Here, I've already gone here. Uh-oh, he's in the way. That's easy, okay? Make sense? Okay, same thing. So as I'm attacking again, come in, I'm gonna try to get this. He starts turning his hips, and I start going that way. I run into him, right? So, come in here, he opens his hips out, I'm going this way, he's just gonna go that way. It should be pretty obvious, right, which way to go. So see if you can, as Uke, see if you can help him a little bit understand the difference between Kokinage Tobikomi, Kokinage Ude Wash. Not two choices, there's only one choice, and that's where they're going, okay? So give that one a try, Ude Wash. You know, try to get a few of them in, try to get the ideas in. Again, if you're working with somebody and this technique is brand new to them, then no problem just starting from hold tight, getting the motion, and showing how we do it. Again, on a more advanced level, I'm attacking. This is a couple of good points came up. That's why I like talking to people who do this. A couple of good points came up. One is Uke is kind of leading it in a way in order for Nage to get the feel for why I'm doing Ude Mawashi and not Tobikomi. Okay? Boom, I'm leading this. Uke doesn't do a stupid attack. You know, I was saying, I did a stupid attack the other day. Right? Bam, walked right into it. Yeah, you caught it right in the mouth. A lot of times you're thinking too much and you don't want to do that. So yeah, I'm not going this way, right? Even if I am leaning into that side, I'm not going to do something that walks me into their fist. So keep that in mind. That's a committed attack. It's not a stupid attack. That said, people will do stupid attacks on occasion. sometimes really stupid attacks. The classic is the double Yonkyo. Or the double Yoko Minucci, right? And it takes you by surprise. It's just so dumb. It takes you by surprise. But it happens. So yeah, saying somebody would never do something doesn't work. So you got to be ready for somebody doing something, and smacking them in the face may not be the best response. But letting them know that they could smack you in the face probably is a good way. Okay. So she comes in here, and again, I'm trying to do the same exact thing every time, which is Tobikomi. She comes in too much this way, and I don't have that option. I have Ude Mawashi, okay? She comes in here, I turn, I'm coming in here, yeah, she moves away from this. Now I don't have Kokinage anymore, right? So what do I have? Yeah, down here, there, right? So just straight Kotegation. And bam, I'm coming in like I want to get Kokinage. I'm a little too far away. This technique's handed right to me. Okay? Kotegation. Good? Got more, but I'll say it next time. Kotegation. So again, not the important thing, but again, the framework of this is a martial framework. I don't want to do a stupid attack. I may be coming faster or harder or whatever. I don't want them to have to think which technique to do. I want them to do one technique. If that technique is not there, the Kokunage is not there, they're going to fall, they're going to be going into some other direction. That other direction has the technique in it. Okay? Part of the idea of this is our list, 5th cue, before you look at about 3rd cue. To get this shodan, the footwork comes in. Quick word on footwork. Footwork is super important, if not the most important thing. But you notice I'm not talking about footwork at all. Footwork is, the 12-step program or the 16-step that Imazumi Sensei did, where you want your footwork to be good, you want your footwork to keep you centered. You don't want to think about it. You don't want to think, where are my feet going? How big a step? What angle? That's fine for testing and that's fine for learning. But when things speed up, the last thing I want to do is think about my feet. Okay, so you gotta get your footwork down to where you're not paying attention to it. In this case, I'm doing that, right? He comes in here, if he's coming with more momentum, right? Just come slowly with more momentum, I might step back, right? Totally different technique that you got to demonstrate, but in this case, I don't care about demonstrating. I'm just thinking here, I want to go straight in. But because he's coming in so much, I stepped back. I didn't think about it, I just did it, right? So, separating Tobikomi from Michiki Kaishi, in this case, should be something you don't even think about, or maybe even don't even notice. Oh, I stepped back there, I didn't notice it. Okay? If you look at the list, part of the question that I came up with was, why is the list in the order it's in? Right? This is Imazumi Sensei's list. This is Lada Tohei Sensei's list. It is different than the Aikikai lists, I think. I don't know them that well. So Kokinage, right? Kotegeishi. We just did that. Not going to get into the detail of Kokinage B, Kokinage C, Zenpos, all that stuff right now. Kokinage, Kotegeishi. What's next? Shihonage, right? You guys are quiet. I gotta stand up here and be loud. You guys are like, so, why Shihonage? So the questions start being, why am I doing the technique, not how to do the technique. right? By Nidan, by Shodan, you should have how to do the technique pretty well, right? So I'm coming in, boom. I'm going to start the same, right? I'm going to open up, get that center line back. But now you notice this is coming down. My hand is open this way. I got my thumb on top. Maybe I'm even a little further away. Oh, now it's like I've got him turned so much that this becomes more obvious. Okay, Shionagi is a little harder to figure than the Kotegaeshi, which is just standing right there in front of you. And coming in, but now I don't have Kokinage because this grip came down and around. I really don't have Kotegaeshi anymore because my hand's in the way. Was I thinking about the footwork? Anybody notice? Yeah. Did one Irimi and one Tenkan, right? Doesn't matter, that's where it was going. Okay? So I'm not gonna worry about this. In this case, right? Footwork is super important, but in this case, damn, I'm starting that turn, my hand ends up on top, he's kind of far away. I'm still gonna go with that atemi. Do I go this side or this side? I don't know. Depends on where he's going. If his energy's going that way, I'm gonna do that way. Okay, Tatsuko Satori, Shihonage. Give it a try. Again, help with the ukes. Hand on top. Notice why it's not a Kokinage and why it's not a Kotegaeshi. Why are they this way? That's a good question. You know, here's the list, the order of business. Why did Toei Sensei, why did Maizumi Sensei go in that order? It's a good question. Is it relevant? I don't know. But it's an interesting idea, an interesting thought to have that there is a progression in this. These guys spent their lives doing this, you know, decades and decades. You think they just slopped it all together and mixed it up and came out with something, you know? Probably not, right? There's a reason to it. And, you know, sometimes I think our job is to figure out what that reason is, right? Why is it this way? So I like asking those questions. So here she comes in here. Again, probably trying to go there. Doesn't make sense for her to grab and to push this way because now she's really put herself in a bad spot. She goes here. I turn back, right? Pulling, pushing, it's an interesting idea, by pulling and pushing or whatever. Because in Toei Sensei, it says you never pull or push in Aikido. Figure out the words. However you want to think the words. But I kind of tend to think that. This is a push, this is a pull. I'm really not doing either of those. But I might be pulling internally, and that might be a good word for that. So yeah, always thinking of the words. Oh, I got caught this way. Right? This is gonna be weird. So where am I going here?
Thank you.
Anybody else? The other idea? Where are I going? What's go-to? Go-to technique. Kokinage. Right? Looking for Kokinage every time. Again, just a theory, just an idea. Damn, I want to go there. If I'm a little further away, I don't have Kotegaeshi anymore. I have Ikkyo, right? Again, why might Aikikai start with Ikkyo? I don't know. Come up with a reason, a good reason. Think it through. Why are you doing Ikkyo? Ikkyo is a good one. It keeps her a little further away. I get caught palm down, which is more effective for her. Attack makes more sense for her. I turn it around. I can stay further away. I can still have a good atemi. You do a pretty easy technique here. Walk forward. Okay? So, Which is kind of the go-to from the palm down? I don't know, either one. Doesn't really matter, right? What matters is I don't want to think about it. Okay, so let's skip this would be Kokunage to Kubikiri. Okay, skip that one, go straight to Ikkyo. Reminds me, since I like to show this, cut to the knee, right? Pretty easy from that. Okay, Ikkyo, Kubikiri, the idea is to not commit to a particular technique. And again, we're talking Nidan stuff, we're talking Jiwaza. I don't want to commit to a technique, I just want to go to one direction and then let Uke give it to me, right? That's where we're going. And in order to do that, you really do gotta be kind of above Shodan. You gotta have drag through those 300 techniques and get that footwork down. We were just talking about that, right? Ikkyo. Should you go backwards? I don't know. I didn't even notice, right? I'm just going. Did I go to the side? Did I go forward? Did I stay put? Okay. Again, working with newer people, try to keep it the same and try to do it, the way you would look for it on a test. Okay. So here we start getting into some other theory. Boom. And, okay, I'm going Ikkyo. She's gonna hit me with the other hand. Right? I think I wanna go here, right? But this might not be there. Ikkyo, she comes up, starts swinging there. Do I have time to do this before this gets here? In this case, no. Okay? In this case, she comes in with that other hand, bam, no problem. But a cross hand, I get to this point and she's coming back up with that other hand. Where am I going? One is going right here. One's going right here. Okay? That's where the Gatame comes from. You don't have the Nikkyo, or not fast enough in this case. Now, usually what the trouble with the Gatame is you start seeing this. Right? Because I want to get into this classic position, and it's like, okay, that's not going to work. They're going to nail you for that. Here, comes back up in. Where do I have to go? If this is coming in hard, where do I need to go? I need to go here, right? I'm going to keep that away by taking her that direction. Then this can slide over, right? Then it can drop. I'm going to cut towards her and then turn. Okay? It's not Nikkyo, but I was kind of going Ikkyo, Nikkyo, Sankyo, but in this case, you don't have that Nikkyo in that same place. So that's where the Uregetame comes from. Okay? Try to work with somebody who may not have seen this before and try to make it make sense. Why am I doing that, right? So here she goes Ikkyo because she's palm down, she's cutting over. She's going Ikkyo, this is cutting down. I'm coming in. Boom. Yeah. As I come in, she puts me on my heels by extending that. So, right? Now all she's got to do is continue that cut towards me. Okay? Not really as fancy as it looks. Give it a try. Uregetame. See where that one kind of comes from now, right? I'm in pretty close. I've got Ikkyo starts. They might get foot forward. They're going to come back here. I can't fiddle around here. This has to be bam, there. Worry about the handwork. And I love Andrew's analogy there, right? Here he's coming back up. I've raised this up to Jodan, right? Bam, he's already got me. It's not how you raise the Jodan, right? Raise the Jodan this way. I'm coming in, boom, boom. Now I can feed this to there. Now I can cut Jodan, right? So I don't raise this way, this way. Okay, bam. All right, so here, I'm going here. Come Ikyo, he escapes. Comes around, starts moving, right? If I have this, he starts moving and I'm too far away to get that. And this is really the go-to. Pretty easy at that point, right? We kind of said before that if I come in here and I'm too far away, Kodagaish, all I need for Kodagaish is from here to here, right? Same thing on Nikyo. All I really need is from here to here, right? Everything kind of gets too far away, no problem. Right? Just go right into Nikyo. Okay? The reason I do the Ude Getame might be because I'm already here. He's coming with that other fist. That might not be fast enough, right? This already has him taken care of. Okay, so just an idea there. Start getting far away on a palm down. They're really just asking for this. Pretty easy, okay? So, yeah, cut here. Go here. He starts coming in again. He's going low. He's not coming in to punch me in the head. He's coming in low. Got this. Where am I going? I'll bring it back up. Right? Here. You got it again. Here. Am I going to Ringy or Tenkai? I don't know. Whichever is more obvious. Right? Here. He's coming around low. Take this away. Back up, bring him down. So what's Sankyo for? Why Sankyo? Not just because it's 3, it's the third one, right? That's fine, and that's fine for testing, right? But you go Ikkyo, he goes Ikkyo, and I start coming around like this. Boom. Right? Right into the Sankyo. There it is. Bam, bam. Okay? So Sankyo. Give it Sankyo a try again. If your Ukemi is knowledgeable enough, give it to him. Hand it to him. So they can see why she runs away. Okay? Yankyo is another one of those that everybody's right, trying to figure it out. And that's fine, again, it's fine on a test, it's fine to figure it out, it's fine to get it, it's fine to know where that spot is that hurts and all that stuff. But, man, once I turn this over, she turns and twists this way or goes that way, right? I'm not gonna pull back, right? I'm just gonna go with it. And done. Yankyo. Yankyo is this very complex technique, but they just handed it to me. That's the Jiwaza kind of theory. The other would be something like here, she's trying to swing around that way. Be with that, right? And do I need to bring it up? Probably not, but I could. And I could bring this up and down. But it is interesting to kind of get Ikkyo. She goes to Ikkyo, the go-to from the palm down. I try to take a step away and come back. Didn't fall for it. Okay? Yankyo, you can round it up. There's a lot of other cross-hand techniques, right? Why are they there? That's the question. That's the fun question to answer. Why are these techniques on the list? Why are some techniques not on the list? The answer is because Mike Chaney put them there. because of stuff like this, where is it going? If a technique is, we've all done techniques that feel, manufactured or feel like, oh, I could get there from here and start doing some weird thing. It just doesn't feel like it makes sense. Well, it doesn't. That's why it's not on the list, right? That's why Sensei took it off, or Toei never put it on, or whatever. So, yeah, here, I'm thinking Kokinage. So you can start thinking, okay, why would I do this? Why? I don't know. Figure it out. Why would I do this? Where is she going? Where's her energy? Where's her line going that makes that really freaking obvious? Like, that's the only thing that makes sense. Anything else is going to be contrived. Okay? I can't think of anybody else got other ones. There's a lot of other stuff. Zen poses are a little harder to put together sometimes, but they're fun, right? Why am I doing Zenpo? When you watch Imaizumi Sensei, he's so big that it's really hard to see this. Really hard to see exactly what and why he's doing it. And he does it so well. And he flings it across the room, and you're like, wow, why did that work so well? Well, we're slowing it down and backing it up and trying to figure out why it works so well. Okay? So those are a couple more. There's another Zenpo this way, or there's another really fun one to mess with, right? Tsunori. Why do I do a Tsunori? Really good question. You don't have time to mess with it, but this, if you do it wrong, is really bad. She's punching me in the head or choking me or whatever. Why am I doing it? What is it that she's doing that makes that the go-to, the obvious thing to do? And really fun to try to deconstruct techniques with that perspective. Figure out, I remember doing this over here in this corner, doing Tsunori. Trying this way, trying that way, whatever. Sensei just comes over. I couldn't figure out at all what he just did. Nothing. It was totally different than what I did. Totally effective. And that was one of the times when I thought, okay, I got to figure that out. I got to sit here and I got to figure out why that works so well. What did he do with those turns to make it so I had no option? So that's the kind of stuff that, again, kind of need on look at things that we are trying to convey instead of doing more technique, right? One of the things I need on, I want people to start, I don't have to master it, of course, but I want you to start asking those questions and start figuring out how Jiwaza works, how Nidon level works is different than Shodan. Okay? All right, so let's finish up. You're going to take a photo right after this. As soon as we bow, come up here, line up. Andrew says everybody knows how to do it. Everybody knows what order, kneeling line, standing line, what order to do it. Just come up here and start working on that. We're going to get a couple pictures, okay?